Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I want to do a video dedicated to the Stag. Stag Knight is coming home for a lot of people here. Either for the new players that are kind of unlocking him through the promo code, which has just gone live. If you're a new player, this will actually unlock both Stag Knight and Stag Knight's new skin. This is JT skin, but that is only going to be available to people that are less than 72 hours into the game. But if you're someone who's been playing for a while, he's available right now as a guaranteed epic champion for 25 ancient shards. I'd say he's one of the most worthwhile epics in the game to pick up. In fact, you know, he's up there. If you don't already have people that are doing what he does from a legendary point of view, he's up there as one of the most valuable epics that you could pick up. And, you know, if you've got gems sitting around, I'd say he's probably worth pulling the 25. Honestly, that's my view. But obviously, choose your own path in the game down to what you want to do. I'm actually on the free-to-play account here because I want to showcase how much value he adds to my free-to-play. Yeah, I've done maximum damage for Stag Knight. We'll show you a clip of that. Get ready for raid maximum damage. Loads of requests for the Stag Knight. Is he going to smack or not? Well known as a great epic, but is he going to do damage? Right, we've got 4.1k attack. He's got a really low base attack. It's hard to push it high. 253% crit damage. He's got Helm Smasher. He's got damage masteries. Let's go. Okay, the A1 double hitter can apply decreased speed. Let's see what it's got. Ooh, that's big. 140k per hit on the A1. The A2 is its only other ability. It's an AoE. It's what he's known for. But does it smack? 120k, it's pretty weak source, average hit. He's not meant for damage. We can use him pretty much everywhere on the free-to-play account. So what I'm going to do first is just show you his kit, show you his build that I've got here on the free-to-play, and I'll talk through why, and then we'll get into showing me some content. So yeah, Stag Knight, basically the rule of thumb for someone who does his job is they need to be pretty quick, they need to have decent accuracy to land their kit, and they need to stay alive. Yeah, there's 3 rules. After that, anything else is a bonus. Any damage after that is a bonus. But really what you want from him is to land his kit and do it quickly. So we've got an A1 which puts decreased speed out there. 50-50 chance, and it's each hit is a 50-50 chance. So you've got 2 hits going off here. Really good chance of landing decreased speed against bosses. That's really where you want it. So, you know, bosses like Dark Fae, like Ice Golem, like Fire Knight. The list goes on. Spider. He's really solid at doing this job for an epic champion. He's then got an AoE drop defense and decrease attack. Now, fully booked, he goes up to 95% chance of landing these 2 skills. And you can use the mastery here, Sniper, to top that up to 100%, which makes it a really, really great A2. AoE drop defense and decrease attack on a 3-turn cooldown for an epic is actually nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy good. So drop defense means that all of your team are going to hit harder, and decreased attack means you're going to take, through most content, less damage. Okay, decreased attack is one of the most important debuffs to land in Ice Golem. It's really important to land on a lot of the Doom Tower bosses as well. In Hydra, it's really important. In Clan Boss, it's really important. Like, it's such a great skill to keep you alive and to keep your team moving. The other part of his kit, it's a very simple kit, by the way, but it's very effective. The other part of his kit here is an increased accuracy buff on somebody who doesn't land something. So someone else in the team, they try and land an ability and they get it resisted. Then basically for 1 turn after that, that ally gets a increased accuracy buff. It's a bit of a weird passive, honestly, because chances are whatever they try to land just went on cooldown. And it's like, do you still need it? I don't know. I don't love the passive, but I do love the rest of the kit. In terms of blessing here, I've taken Phantom Touch for an extra chance to break shield on Fire Knight. That's the main reason I'm taking this. Plus a little bit of extra clan boss damage. But you could easily take something like Cruelty, which would be great for general content as well. So that would be pretty damn useful. It's worth saying, like, this ability here is just so valuable in PvP as well. Dropping the defense and decreasing the damage you're going to take is just a great ability to land. Let's move on to Masteries then. So I've taken, really it's a clan boss set of masteries or general PvE set of masteries. This is not PvP, but it works for PvP as well, really. It's offense with support. Offense, going into War Master for that extra damage against bosses, and taking things like just increased crit into increased crit damage. And then the support tree, we've got accuracy gains here, a little bit of extra stats through Law of Steel. Sniper, really important on him. And then if you want to try and land your abilities for an extra turn, then Master Hexer is pretty solid for that as well. Evil Eye, really good against bosses again, because his A1 is a single target hit. So you get that juicy 20% turn meter drop. And if we look at his stats here on the free-to-play, basically I've gone fast, 247 speed. We've gone enough accuracy to land his abilities. I've taken 100% crit because I want that damage. But then really it's like survivability after that. You know, all of his skills do damage through attack, but I don't really have the gear to push extra damage as well. You'll see we've kind of gone Perception. Perception is great on him. Another really good way you could run him if you've got the speed in it is a shield set, because he has a high base HP. So shield set, Stag Knight is useful as well, especially for that PvE content, or bolster set. Really, really good on him. But again, you need to make sure you get your stats before you worry about those type of set bonuses. So let's show him off in a bit of content. I guess before I do, I just want to call something else out, which is the fact that he's also used in some of the best end game teams. Yeah, so we're talking Fire Knight, Stage 10 hard. There's more teams in this, but I do not own Cardiel on my main account. If I own Cardiel, then you'd see a load more quick teams, less than 2 minutes with Stag Knight in. Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of teams now. If you use the optimizer, if you look right the way through to like end game stuff, you'll see that Stag Knight is used in some of the best teams on Fire Knight Stage 10 hard. Dark Phase used on quite end game teams as well. Yeah, you'll just see that he kind of pops up in a lot of end game content. So definitely someone who does get the value right the way through your account. Let's show him in some content then. You'll see here on my free to play, so we're running Stage 20 dungeons. You'll see he's in most of my main teams. So running against Ice Golem here. I basically got Razelvarg for speed. Stag is in there for drop defense and drop attack. Most importantly, drop attack, especially for this boss. I've got some turn meter control going on from this dude here. What's his name? Skimfost, and from my Nephril. And then I've basically got a level 50 Reliquary Tender in here, really just as that extra support in case someone drops. But because we got the drop defense and drop attack on super early, just means that the mobs take way more damage. See, this one didn't get the drop defense on, which just means it's taken us a lot longer to kill. But we get a good old hit in from his A1. And we get into nice, very, very quickly through to the nice kind of second stage. Got it away on everyone here, so we should do good damage on everybody. And it's important on this wave too, really, to not take a hit. So someone like a Nephril or someone else who's got control coming in as your second champion is actually really useful here. And the cool thing about Stag Knight, unlike a lot of champions that have got this AoE drop attack skill, he does use it against the boss very, very early. So I think he's got it on cooldown, off cooldown for next. But you'll see we get the decreased defense and attack out on both of these, on all of these mobs. There it is. And now when the boss does his big slam, we're good. Yeah, we're covered. And that's one of the most important things to do against this boss, is just to make sure that you can take the big slam hits. So slam comes in. Oh, that's not even the slam. That's just his normal hit. We can heal up with Reliquary Tender and Leech being out there. And he's just such high value in this fight. Big slam comes in because both the mobs were dead. Plus we had decreased attack on. Literally got no problems. He gets it back on such a low cooldown that really we never have any issues. So I'll let this play through and then I'll take you somewhere else. Here we go. This is a 3-minute run. It's quite slow, but doesn't really matter. Piece of trash coming out the other end. You actually see here, Stag has done second most damage out of my whole team, even with Nephril in there as well. Pretty cool. So against Spider, we're on stage 20 here, but this team can work right through to later stages than this. The idea here is Stag has given us drop defense and drop attack. Drop attack means the Spiderlings are doing less damage to us. Again, similar sort of team, but this time we're using Burns from Artac to do work. Honestly, this team's probably better against hard Spider because we do a lot of damage here. Really, you're looking for Burns to do the damage rather than your team to do the damage. on this sort of level of spider, but we've got a load of turn meter control between Skimfos, Nephril, and then the decreased speed coming in from Stag Knight. This makes it super easy to do, and we can keep the spiderlings at bay and also just basically take less damage because Stag Knight is in the team. Stag Knight, though, will be just great for you to have right the way through spider killing, you know, all the way into hard mode when you actually want to get back to killing the waves of spiders again. As I say, ideally here, you actually, between stage 20 and 25, your best bet is to keep burns on the spiderlings and not kill the spiderlings. And then when you go into hard, you want to be killing spiderlings again. But you can see insane amounts of value. We should get a whole bunch of burns popping off here, hopefully, before they all die. And we get the big chunks of damage as the burns tick. And just a super clean, like no threat at all. Definitely helps us having the decreased attack on the spiderlings when they attack. Just means that there's very little threat to the damage that's coming into us. And spider becomes, honestly, relatively easy. Especially if you've got Artak as well, who's just a great legendary champion to get for free. Again, you can see that. It's less than 2 minutes. Dead spider. Get the job done, boys. Come on. Down he goes. Nice and easy. Get some pieces. All good. I guess we'll show you Finite for the other one here. This is the team that I would normally run. I guess I'll show you stage 20. Again, similar style of team here. Got multi-hitters in for Finite. Stag Knight brings a double hit. Triple hit here, triple hit here. This is a turn meter controller. And then someone in case we start to fail. Someone to heal and support a team. And this is generally a good team makeup, by the way. If you're kind of wondering about team design, team makeup, someone doing decreased defense is great to go quick. Someone who's increasing your speed to keep you moving fast. That's what the rabbit's doing here for me. Somebody to turn me to control bosses and somebody to control the waves. And then just someone in there as like a backup, ideally in a shield set, who's kind of keeping everybody alive if something goes wrong. What I tend to do is you start with this type of team. As you get better and better gear and champions, you then tend to remove some of the layers. So eventually, someone like Reliquary Tender here could just be removed. We've got no threat against us anymore. And then you bring in damage to kind of speed things up. So you can see we're absolutely kind of smashing our way through the waves. The decreased speed popping out on some of the big enemies is also nice. And what's interesting here is, you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, you've got a couple of legendaries in the squad. I have. But honestly, Stag Knight is bringing so much value, more so than a lot of the legendaries here. Like, he really does bring... It's a simple kit, but it's so damn effective. So we're going to be on to the boss in a decent amount of time. And as I say, Stag could be used right the way through to the hardest content in Finite. We then get our multi-hits away. If I'd speed tune this well, my Razelvarg here would be opening with his A1. But then we start to get that turn meter drop. See that? From the A1s. Decreased speed goes straight out. We then get Skimfos doing the turn meter control. Drop defense means we're going to hit harder when we get our hits away with Warmaster procs. And from here on in, because we've got decreased speed on and Skimfos does a good job of turn meter control, there's literally zero risk of a fail. Like zero risk. There's no way we lose at this point. We've got increased speed on. He's got decreased speed on. And we've got a really, really good turn meter controller in Skimfos. And actually, Nephril does turn meter control as well. So there's no worries at all. I'll let that finish up. And let's show you some Arena. So again, super comfortable. Stag Knight actually doing more damage than anyone else in that team, in that run. Let me show you Arena. So Arena, what we're basically doing here, I'm super low at the moment, so I've not really been playing the free-to-play. So I guess it doesn't give you the best showcase, but you'll get the general vibe, okay? You'll get the general gist of what we're doing. Let's try and pick a harder team out there anyway. So the idea here, this is my current team setup because I got an upgrade from Stag Knight for Arena in Madame, okay? But before that, I was using basically the same team, but with Stag in. So we got our speed up champion, yeah? High to tune, speed us up, turn meter boost into Stag Knight. Stag Knight does drop defense on our enemy. We then get some damage and turn meter control going off with Nephril into our nuke, which is Candy. So obviously, affinity does play a part here. You can get weak hits on certain affinity, so that's why Madame's an upgrade. But you can see as long as we've got that drop defense out there, we get the nuke, everybody takes a rest, and we move on with our life. It makes it a very quick farm. Here we go again. Drop defense everywhere. Should be a full nuke. See you later, people. Have a rest. See you tomorrow. Quite a tanky team. This will be a bit more difficult, so we've got a lot of weak hitters, but I mean, Candy doesn't care. Candy just goes in and smacks people into the ground. But this is quite a common style of team here. So definitely, although I've kind of switched to using Madame. Oh, we're not quite got enough damage here. Although I've switched to using Madame in my main team, Stag Knight still comes in my 3v3 teams, you know, as a kind of pillar of the squad. Yes, he's really important in my teams. Very tough one here with tanky old Duchess going on. Probably still good though. Oh, why wouldn't you go for the Duchess? There you go. And his A1, because his A1 does a decent amount of damage, he just kind of like cleans up really well any leftovers. Oh, there's the new Stag Knight skin right there. Love to see it. See you later. So you can see, very clean, very quick style of team. And I guess the last place I'm going to show you, so certainly in Doom Tower waves, Doom Tower bosses, he's very, very strong, really useful. But for me, somewhere where I didn't really rate him in the past, but I guess he's grown on me because I've had to use him for my squads, I use him in my Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team. He's got a 3-turn decrease attack and decrease defense, okay? Just means that with the setup I've got here, and I've done videos on this in the past, but we've basically got Razelvarg 232 speed, prioritizing A3 and then A2. Nephril, just use your A1 all day, 214 speed. Rhonda, 180 speed, using your A2 and your A1. Stag, prioritize your A2 whenever you can. Make sure that we got that decrease attack out. Most important debuff you can have if you're not running an unkillable team. 247 speed. And then Skull Crusher, bring in the counter attack here and at 250 speed. Affinity's not great for us here in terms of force because it means that Razelvarg's going to be taking stuns, and that means Rhonda I think should be. If Rhonda's taking stuns, we're good. If it's Razelvarg, we're in trouble. I think I've tuned it so that it should be Rhonda. But we get our decreased attack and decreased defense away super early. Decreased speed obviously can't land. So all he is here is a damage machine and a way to stay alive for as long through the fight as possible. That's all we've got going on. And I guess I'll play this through and give you a kind of idea of the damage that we do. But I normally get a couple of hits away during Void Affinity when I'm kind of like highly active on the free-to-play. And then I get one hit away if I need it on a different affinity. And we normally get somewhere close to a 2 key on Void with this team. So yeah, it's gone on Razelvarg, so that's a nightmare. It means just means that we're going to run out of our speed tunes. So it's probably not going to be as high a damage as normal. Anyway, I'll play it through, show you the damage at the end, and yeah, then we'll wrap it up. Well, what can I say? It turned out to be quite a weak run, but that is mainly because of affinity and because Razelvarg was taking that stun. That's my bad. But definitely, I've found him give me tons of value on the free-to-play over the course of the last few months since I got him on the clan boss runs. So there you go, guys. Look. Stag Knight, one of the best epics in the game. Certainly worth picking up. Certainly worth pumping into your teams. And I've only really shown you like the top of this here because, he's also in things like my Hydra teams. Like pretty much any team in the game, he's got a spot if I want him to be in it. So there you go, guys. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.